you're going to kick things off this evening with a story. So I will go ahead and start getting this music ready.
We're all ready.
We know it's a process.
Yes, it is. So my 3 stories are all going to follow a similar theme. You'll detect that pretty easily. But the first one is called Unexpected Hotel Guest. So, I stayed a night at a hotel in Ohio before catching a flight early the next morning. Everything went well at first. Check-in was smooth. The room service was nice. The room was nice. I ordered some pizza, and shortly after eating, I fell asleep around 10 p.m. I slept pretty good until about 2 a.m., and I was woken up to the sound of what I think was people talking. Couldn't really make out the words, but it definitely sounded like voices. Half awake, I rubbed my eyes and looked around as the sound appeared to be getting closer. I began to be able to make out that it was a conversation, but in a language I didn't understand. Almost sounded like it was Latin that we sang in high school church choir. I don't know why it scared me so much, but as they got closer to my room, I froze. The only sounds in the room were now the AC unit and my breathing. They stopped at my door. I could hear them shuffling around, talking in a hushed tone. I tried so hard not to even move, breathing as quietly as possible. I didn't want to be dramatic and hide in the bathroom, but I also didn't want to dismiss it because of the what ifs. After what felt like an eternity of trying not to move and hearing them talk, the door handle started to go absolutely wild, like they were trying to jerk it off the hinges. The noise of the door rapidly hitting the frame and the handle being jerked in every direction filled the room in such a way that almost felt like I couldn't hear myself think. "This room is occupied. Please go away." I tried to sound like the big guy I actually was, but there was a shake in my voice. I knew I was too far from my home to call someone to help. This is between me and whoever's on the other side of the door. They started screaming at me through the door in the same language they were speaking in previously. While I didn't understand it, it definitely sounded threatening. I tried again. "If you don't leave me alone, I'll call the police." Complete silence. At this point, the silence felt deafening. I tried to listen and try to see if there was any movement that I could see. I may not be able to hear them, but maybe I could catch them. Moments later, the door, still locked, slowly crept open. At this point, I was more angry than I was scared. I got out of bed, cursing, as I went to see who was messing with me. Nothing. I walked the halls outside for a minute, looked to see in every hiding spot, but there was no one out there. I went back into my room and did not sleep a wink the rest of the night, scared that whoever or whatever was at my door might return.
I was saying, oh, wow. Welcome to the Motel California.
Yeah, it's a spooky place.
Yeah. People's instinct is like, I'm going to scare them always, you know?
Yeah.
That cracks me up. I don't know what I would do. Yeah, like I would like to think that, like that person said, like I'm going to be big, bad, and tough. I just don't know if I could be. I like to think that I could pull it off, though. I like to think I could do this.
On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Ah! I'm insane with anger! We're gonna beat your ass! We're gonna tear your head off! I'm losing my mind! It's time for an whooping!
I cursed. I heard.
I like to think I could pull that off, like this.
Yeah, I actually will watch that movie now.
I'd probably just lay there, though, and try to ignore it.
So, my thought process, if someone was like slamming into the door, like he described, I would probably first, if there's like a little desk or something, I would just kind of grab it, stick it in front of the door, and then I'd probably call the cops.
Did he end up staying there?
He said he stayed the night, but he didn't sleep anymore.
I think I would get a refund and go up and down the road or something. I mean,
yeah, there's got to be another motel in that town.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd be hanging out the rest of the night. That's kind of a waste of money. People are commenting along. Yeah, a lot of people are saying they wouldn't have stayed there. Somebody said they're losing their mind. Oh, from the clip. Yeah, I mean, you got to scare them somehow, right?
It works.
I really do think I would just lay there and ignore it probably, though.
Yeah, but then he said at the end that the door opened.
Yeah, so that let's talk about that because that's creepy too. Like, how could they accomplish that?
So my thought is someone had a hotel key. So some of the key cards, they can be spoofed using certain devices,
Yeah,
and then you can unlock a door. Like, you ever see that Flipper Zero
yeah.
that gets advertised everywhere?
You used to advertise that everywhere. Yeah.
If you get it near a hotel key card, you can scan it and then open a door with it.
Wow.
Yeah, and they're like $100. So, like, anyone could get one.
So you're saying you have one?
No, I don't. I
You
want
get
one.
now, though, just so.
Yeah, I do want one, but they're always sold out, and I never really have the extra.
Really, they're that
cash.
big of a thing? People are
Oh,
just.
they're constantly selling. Everyone's buying them because you can scam people with them. You can steal passwords. You can get key cards, stuff like that. Yeah,
What do you think the person's intention was trying to get in that room?
probably to rob him. That would be, I guess.
If I was going to rob somebody, I probably wouldn't try to like make that big of a ruckus, though.
My guess is they probably didn't know for sure he was in there, and they were trying to test if he was in there.
Like checking to see if somebody was in there.
And then he said that he tried to sound big, but he had like a falter in his voice. So it's possible they didn't even hear him.
Possible it was OJ. That's what you're telling me. Like when he busted in that hotel room and stole his stuff back. You think it was that sort of a thing?
Yeah, maybe.
It's so easy to sit here and say I would do this or that, but how big was this hotel?
It's in some random town in Ohio, so I don't think it's a major hotel. It's probably like a Holiday Inn or something.
Makes you wonder how much attention it drew though. Rooms nearby, people that work there. Like it makes you wonder like how loud and big of a scene this was. What their reaction would have been. Somebody said they would have crapped their pants. Yeah, probably.
I imagine he did too.
So hotel story. I don't think we had one of those yet. I really enjoyed that one.
It was a fun one for sure.
Jeff Townsend Media. CG, good night.
And the question is, do I stay here? Will you be back? Are you gonna come back? Will you be back? Are you coming back?